Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at how to build a password strength checker in Python. We'll go over it line by line so you know exactly how it works. No shortcuts, no black boxes, just clean Python code. Without any further ado, let's get started. We'll start off by importing the RE module, which stands for regular expressions. Regular expressions help us search through text using patterns, and in our case we're going to use them to check whether a password includes things like uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. So we're going to start with import RE. Next up, we're going to create a variable and we're going to call it looking for strong passwords. And we'll set this variable equal to a list, and in this list we're going to have a bunch of common passwords. I'll have these in the description of this video so you don't have to go out and type each one out. Next, we're going to define a function that will check the strength of the password. We're going to call this function validate password, and it will take in a single argument called password. Inside this function, we want to check for four main things: the length of the password, whether it contains lowercase letters, whether it contains uppercase letters, whether it contains numbers and symbols, and also how common is that password. In other words, can it be found in the list that we created earlier? So let's go ahead and create a few if statements that track that. We'll start off by saying if len of password is less than 8, return false, password must be at least 8 letters long. So this is our first if statement, and it checks if the length of the password is 8 characters long. The next if statement is going to check for special characters. So in Python, we're going to say if any character in, and we're going to have these few special characters for character in password, return false, password cannot include any of these. So basically, if the user enters any of these special characters in the program, it will tell them they cannot include any of these. The next if statement checks if the password is an odd number. So basically, does it have an odd number of characters? So in Python, I'm going to add this line. So what this line does is that the len password part gets the number of characters in the password. The %2 checks if the remainder is 0, which means it's an even number. Then we're going to return false, password length must be an odd number. Next, we're going to check if there is at least one uppercase letter in the password. So we're going to say if not any character is upper for character in password, return false, password must include one uppercase letter. I'll try and explain these in normal English so that they're easy to understand. Then we're going to check if there's a lowercase letter. So we're going to do the same thing. Instead of having is upper, we're going to have is lower, and we're going to return false, password must include at least one lowercase letter. Now we're going to check if the password is used by a lot of people. And to do that, we're going to say if password is common, looking for strong passwords. So basically, we're calling that list we created earlier with all those common passwords. Then we're going to return false, password is used by a lot of people, please try something more unique. And if everything checks out, we're going to return true, password created. Now let's move on to the main part of the program, the part that runs when we start the file. We're going to begin with a while true, the loop that keeps asking the user for the password until they get it right. So we're going to say while true, then inside the loop we're going to prompt the user. To do that, we're going to create a variable and we're going to call it user password. And we're going to set it to input, create a secure password.strip. The .strip helps remove any accidental spaces at the beginning or at the end. Then we're going to pass that password into our function, then print the feedback. We're going to say print, and on the new line we're going to have message in an S string. Then we're going to check if the password is valid. If it is, we'll break out of the program. Otherwise, we print try again on a new line. And that's it. That's how you build a password strength checker using Python. It uses regular expressions to look out for all the key elements of a strong password, and it gives the user instant clear feedback. If you found this useful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Turn on post notifications to be the first to know when I publish a new video. Also, if you have any constructive criticism or any feedback or anything, comment them down below. And until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.